Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts.
Wait, hold on just a moment.
It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts. But did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at Vype, VYPE.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome out to the Tony Berger baseball field as we are excited to bring you game 2 of this week's doubleheader between your BOWIE Bulldogs and the Lake Travis Cavaliers. AJ Revelo here, Laura Starkey hanging out with me. Laura, how's your day going?
It's good. How's yours?
It is good, and it is just a tad chilly out.
Just a little bit.
For those who aren't able to make it, it's a wintry 63 degrees, and that's Texas wintry, so that is cold for us down here in Texas. Just a little chilly, so everybody's here is in jackets, and you know, we're just kind of trying to keep warm. But game 1 went the way of the Cavaliers by a score of 7-3 after a pretty close couple first innings. The Lake Travis Cavalier bats just kind of got super hot and just kind of kept rolling. A couple of rare errors on the BOWIE side, which the Cavs definitely took advantage of, which brings us to that score. But game number 2 today, which the Bulldogs hope to win. For those listening at home, and I say listening, that big old black screen you see is not your eyesight. It's not your TV connection. It is not your cell phone connection. It is Laura Starkey's fault.
Oh, hold on. I didn't set up the camera. That was you?
And that's why. That's right. No, folks, unfortunately, our camera encoder, which converts our camera data to be able to stream to you folks at home, is decided not to work today. It's Saturday, and it said not today. We've got another on the way, though, so we're hoping to get everything up and fully functioning with a nice video feed for you guys, hopefully during the first before the second inning starts, depending on traffic, of course. But we'll get that to you. Until then, folks, you'll get to hear my lovely voice and Laura's as well. And we will give you as much information, as much description as we possibly can. As we're starting out, though, big shout out to Academy Sports and Outdoors. For all the ways you love to play, Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easier than ever to gear up and have fun out there. Again, the wind is picking up pretty crazy too as well, folks, so I do apologize that it's going to sound kind of crazy out, but we'll get everything going for you. We've got our lineups being announced by our announcer. I'll do it here for you because we're going to keep putting them just a little bit lower because that wind is killer. So getting the call on the mound is going to be number 13, Patrick Coleby. Even though Laura Starkey here put Coleby.
I spelled it how the name is spelled, but it's pronounced Coleby.
Patrick Coleby. Catching is going to be Travis Starkey. He'll be at the plate. Over at first base is going to be Danny Rodriguez. Second base will be Sean McCullough. Third base will be big bat John Estrada. Shortstop, Mason Winters, as always. Left field is going to be Ben Merriman. Center field, Nathaniel Bright, he's been actually DH for the past couple weeks, so we're going to get to see him back out on the field. And then, of course, over at right field is going to be Brody Miller. We'll get you the Lake Travis lineup here just after our national anthem, which we'll send it out to the PA.
Alrighty. Let's go.
Let's go. Such a nice, I always like it when we get to do the national anthem before a game. You know, we haven't done it all the time, so it's always a, I hate to say it's like a treat, but it's always a nice way to have it there. So that was your lineup, though, for your BOWIE Bulldogs. For the Lake Travis Cavaliers, Dylan Slaughterback's going to be batting first. Cole Gibson will be batting second. Colt Johnson will be batting third. Kyle Rader will be the DH, batting in place of pitcher Ethan Rourke. He'll be batting cleanup in the 4th spot. Ethan Calder will be over at left field. He'll be batting 5th. OJ Gonzalez batting right behind him. Caden Kent batting 7th. Dawson French batting 8th. And bringing up the bottom of the order, going to be John Ryden batting 9th. So now for those who tuned into our first game with the loss that went the way of the Cavs, if the Bulldogs pull out the win here, it's going to set up an interesting it'll be a tiebreaker is what it'll be. Most likely we're going to play through this district with San Marcos next week and then Hayes the week after, which will be the final series of the regular season or district play, if you will. And so if both teams end up winning out, let's say, or maybe, you know, somehow it's tied up at the end and this series was split, we're going to have a decisive game 3, which will be played, and that will be announced at a later time. And that will determine first place in district. Which is really important because it's also going to determine positioning as far as who they're going to play the first round of district, playoffs, which will be up to the coaches whether it's kind of a one-game playoff or whether it's a best of 3 series playoff. And then let's say coaches can't decide. Well, it's a coin flip.
Yeah.
And so we get to go from there. So Bulldogs coming out, all white unis, not the pinstripes this time though. They're going to have all solid white, black numerals outlined in red, and I like them, the red Bulldog caps. Lake Travis Cavaliers coming out in the pinstripe pants and red uniforms with white numerals. And they're going to have their black Lake Travis hats on, the good old LT, as we are set to get underway as Mccullough with the first pitch. That was going to be just a little bit too high over the plate. It will go down as ball 1, though, for Dylan Slaughterback as he makes his way up. We did see Slaughterback last night as he went a nice 1 for 3, as that first pitch is going to be just a bit too high again. It'll get called for ball 2. So Slaughterback went 1 for 3. His only hit came in the first inning where he hit a nice double. Outside of that, a couple ground outs and then a walk, as here comes the third pitch from Mccullough. It gets called for strike 1. Your count goes 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. It's top of the first here, folks, as Mccullough's on the mound, and here's the pitch to Slaughterback. A swing and a nice chopper behind him goes foul. That'll be strike 2. Your count goes even now, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, no runners on. Mccullough gets set, and here's the pitch to Slaughterback. That one's going to be high and inside. That'll be called for strike 3. Mccullough climbing the ladder that time, trying to get Slaughterback to take a swing, and nothing there, though. As here's the pitch, a swing and a bouncer comes right at us as the crowd in front of us decides to take a nice dive backwards. That'll be a foul ball. Count's going to stay full, 3-2. Mccullough getting set. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Slaughterback, a big swing and a miss, and that'll be out number 1. A nice strikeout by Mccullough to start off the first inning.
It's a great way to start off the first.
Oh, that's an excellent way to start out, as here comes Cole Gibson, second baseman, as he makes his way up with no runners on and 1 out here, top of the first. Mccullough getting set. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high and inside. That'll be ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes here for Gibson. Mccullough, here's the pitch. Nice fastball right over the plate, gets called for strike 1. Count goes even now, 1-1. Mccullough gets set. Here's the 1-1 pitch. As that's going to be a fastball inside. It's called for ball 2. Count goes 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Cole Gibson up at the plate. Patrick Mccullough getting set. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss by Gibson. That'll be strike 2.
Nice
Count goes
pitch.
even now, 2-2. That was a beautiful pitch. Another one. And it looked too good to lay off, which is why Gibson took a crack at that one. Here's your 2-2 pitch from Mccullough. Another swing and a miss as Mccullough goes up the ladder. That's another strikeout. That'll be out number 2. Which brings up Colt Johnson, batting in the 3 spot here for the Cavs as he makes his way up with 2 outs, top of the first, and no runners on. Johnson getting set as he checks a look over at the third base coach. Here's the first pitch from Mccullough. Nice fastball right over the plate. Gets called for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Mccullough with the pitch. Another fastball over the middle gets called for strike 2. Count goes 0-2, and Mccullough getting ahead of the count with no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, no runners on. Gets the call he wants, and here's the pitch. Another swing and a hit, a bouncer to Mccullough over at second. He fields that one. The throw to Rodriguez is in time, and that'll be out number 3. And the Cavs go down 1-2-3. Mccullough looking comfy and nice and warm on the mound as that'll do it for the top of the first, which will bring up the Bulldogs here for the bottom of the first. Batting order for those guys. For these guys, going to be Nathaniel Bright set to lead off. Mason Winters batting second. Patrick Mccullough batting third. Brody Miller batting cleanup in the 4 spot. John Estrada right behind him. Starkey batting 6th. Ben Merriman batting right behind him. Danny Rodriguez batting 8th. And Sean Mccullough will be batting 9th. As the wind is picking up ever so slightly. You know, I actually had a talk with our field stadium director, if you will, Roy, who works here, and these guys are in charge of getting the fields ready, which I gave them a big props because they actually do a great job. When we have 2 or 3 games at a time, they got to come in and they got to get everything prepared like it's a brand new field for our next game, and they do it quick and they do it fast. As soon as the game's over, they're lined up on their gators and everything, and they're ready to go. But I was mentioning the wonderful wind tunnel we have, and he goes, it's funny, we should have games in August where there's no wind at all, and it's perfect.
Yeah, so, but it's just hot.
It's just hot, that's it. So.
And you're just sweating the whole time.
Yeah, true that. So as far as the field goes, our field's going to be a little bit bigger than the Cavalier baseball field, so they may have some trouble with their deep hits, if you will. So we got 341 on the right side. I believe they were about 320 over at the fields. 401 in the middle, which I think they were 360. And then 311 on the left. So we'll see if they start angling their hits toward that left field side where it's a little bit shorter. As here comes Nathaniel Bright up to the plate. Again, we saw Bright in the DH spot. Last night, though, he went scary 1 for 4. Lots of ground outs and a fly ball. He did hit a single in the 7th, but wasn't able to make his way across as he was left stranded. And that was game 1 against the Cavs, as Ethan Rourke is going to get the call for the Cavs on the mound. And here's the first pitch to Bright. As Bright lays off on that one, a nice breaking ball that hits the dirt and home plate. That gets called for ball 1.
That's a hard pitch to lay off of. That looked real good off the pitcher's hand.
It did, and you saw him. We saw him.
I mean, he thought about it. He really did.
Yeah, he brung his bat across and pulled it back just in time as Rourke, a high inside. And that's the good old-fashioned, got to be careful for some sweet chin music there, and you don't get that reference maybe, but some of our listeners may. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Rourke to Bright. Another fastball inside, gets called for ball 3. Count goes 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes. Bottom of the first here from Nathaniel Bright up to the plate. Rourke getting set. And here's the pitch. Fastball over the middle. Oh, faithful, if you will, in the 3-0 count. That gets called for strike 1. Count goes 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Here's the pitch from Rourke. Fastball over the top, gets hit. Foul down the first baseline. That'll be strike 2 for Bright. Count goes full now, 3-2. And you love to see full counts. Everyone's like, why would you want to see a full count? I mean, you burn some pitches.
Yeah.
And you're working it, and you're working it, and you're working it. And Rourke around with a 3-2 count. Here's the pitch to Bright. A swing and a bouncer towards third is going to be fielded by the Cavs. A throw to first is barely in time. I had to wait for the call there from our umpire there on the right side by first base, but that'll be out number 1.
That was a very close play. Daniel was really, really, really fast, and I think the third baseman really understood that because that ball was bounced high in the air, and as soon as he caught that ball, he rocketed over to first and got him out in time. And
he did, and Slaughterback over at third did a nice job fielding that one with a toss over to Cole Johnson at first. As the first pitch to Mason Winters, fasted inside, but it gets to the box. It'll be called for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike here for Winters, as here's a pitch from Rourke, and that's a high inside, and Winters having to turn, but he was ready to take that one if he needed to. Count goes even now, 1-1.
Hey, if you got to wear it, you got to wear it.
Take one for the team, right?
Yeah.
All right, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the pitch from Rourke to Winters. As Winters, they're going to say he went across, as the umpire has to do a quick check down to the first base umpire, and it gets called for strike 2. Count goes 1-2 here for Winters. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch from Rourke to Winters. As a fastball outside in the dirt gets right by catcher. Who is the catcher for the Cavs? I had it up and it went away. John Ryden. That'll be ball 2. Count goes even now, 2-2. Winters went 0 for 3 on Tuesday against Game 1 of the Cavs. We had a ground out and 2 strikeouts looking, as that one goes inside and hits him hard right in the shoulder pad, the elbow pad there.
Hey, that's why you wear it. If you weren't, that might have left a really bad mark.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to leave a mark anyways. That was probably a fastball inside, and we heard it from, I'm sure you could hear it on our mic here. That was a pretty,
it's not going to feel good.
Pretty gnarly hit there. Yeah, he's going to get a look there as Coach Vasquez over at first is talking to him, making sure he's all right. But that's going to bring up the third batter, number 13, Patrick Coleby, with 1 runner on and 1 out. Rourke gets the call. Here's the pitch. Fastball right down the middle gets called for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. And my favorite matchups of the afternoons of any baseball game is the pitcher's duel. Normally that's kind of like the easy out, right? But not so. Coleby went 1 for 2 last night, or Tuesday, excuse me, as he hits that one, a chopper down the third baseline. It goes foul. Coach Agilia putting the Jets on as he runs to that one. Can't get his paw on it, though. That'll get called for strike 2.
Look, he's running after it.
That's right. But hey, those are the rules. You can't ask your players to do something if you're not willing to do it yourself. And there he goes to chase it down as Rourke gets set for the 0-2 pitch here to Coleby. That's going to be a high fastball. Gets called for ball 1. Count goes 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the first here for the BOWIE Bulldogs, as Mason Winters is over on first. Coleby's at the plate. Rourke do a quick check over at Winters. And the throw to first is not in time. Winters gets back with ease, and we'll reset and do it again. As Rourke getting set, another quick check over at Winters. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Coleby, a nice hit right over shortstop. Winters is going to round second. Nope, yep, he's going to hold up as the left fielder is able to get to that one for the Cavs. But a nice single here for Coleby.
It was a nice, solid hit in the left center field.
And that was in shortstop Caden Kent doing a valiant effort with a big leap over the top. Couldn't quite get to it, though, as that was about 2-3 inches right above his glove into left center field. As Ethan Calder and Dawson French over there in left and center respectively had to do a sprint to that one as it dropped right in front of him as well, which is going to bring up Brody Miller, right fielder. He's in the 4 spot with 2 runners on and 1 out. Here the bottom of the first. Rourke getting set. Quick check over at Winters at second. Here's the pitch, a swing and a high fly ball over to third as the third baseman's able to get underneath it. That'll be a pop out towards third. That'll be out number 2. Miller taking a swing at the first thing he sees, and it sounded like he didn't get a full bat on that one as it went high all the way over to Dylan Slaughter back at third for the second out. But here comes big bat John Estrada up to the plate. Estrada going 2 for 3 last night. 2 RBIs, a double and a single. So having a good night last night on Tuesday. you know me, I'm going to keep saying that.
I mean, he's really going to keep saying it. So just know that he means Tuesday, not
just know
Friday.
when I say last night, I mean last game. That happened on Tuesday. Because it should have happened last night. It should have happened Friday, but due to the weather, it was actually delayed until today. As Rourke gets set to face off against Estrada with 2 runners on. Here's the pitch. A swinging a chopper down to the Cav dugout. That'll be strike 1 for Estrada. Count goes 0-1. So 2 outs here, bottom of the first. No balls, 1 strike. John Estrada's up at the plate. Mason Winters is over at second. Colopy is over at first. That's because you wrote it that way. That's why I'm going to keep saying
No, do not blame me.
She always
for
writes it that way.
mispronouncing.
Here's the pitch. Another liner right into the Cav dugout.
Look out.
Yeah, look out there, folks. That'll be strike 2 as the Cavs saying, bring us another one.
They were all in sync, their heads, when they ducked down.
Well, Estrada with, again, some pretty big hits he has, and that was a liner, another one into the Cavalier dugout. But it's no balls, 2 strikes here for Estrada, 2 runners on and 2 outs. Rourke gets set. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball outside. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Estrada gets set. Rourke waiting for the call. He gets it. He likes it. Quick check over at Winters. Another check at Winters. Here's the pitch. Another fastball outside. That'll be ball 2. Count goes even now, 2-2. And I like those pitches from Rourke there, because you got a couple to burn. You're ahead in the count. Winters, he's got some speed back there on him.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
And he's been known to take off towards third. And so he's being very careful. And those were intentional pitches outside as the catcher's jumping up. And there's another throw over to second, but instead, Rourke's going to hold off and just pretend to throw. And we'll get reset and do it again. Rourke getting set. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Estrada. That's going to be a fastball inside.
Ooh, that was a close one.
That was a very, very, and that by close, that means close to Estrada, as it almost pegged him in the arms. But that'll be ball 3, which is going to bring up a full count here for Estrada. Bottom of the first, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on as Rourke gets set. And here's your 3-2 pitch. Another fastball outside. That'll be ball 4, and Estrada will walk on over to first. Bases loaded for the Bulldogs here. As here comes, oh God, here comes Travis Starkey.
Well, going back to John Estrada, that was a great job. That was a great at bat by him. He really worked the pitch count. He got behind early and climbed his way back and got a walk. That was a great job by him.
And that was an all-around great at bat. As here comes the baby brother, number 24, Travis Starkey, up to the plate. He looks to face off against Rourke with bases loaded and 2 outs. Here's the first pitch from Rourke. Fastball, nice hit by Starkey. It's going down the right field, and it's going to go foul down the first baseline. That was a high fly. Nobody was in the vicinity, but that'll go down to strike 1 as excitement all around on that hit. Starkey gets set. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases loaded. And here's the 0-1 pitch from Rourke. Another high fastball. That'll be ball 1. Count goes even now, 1-1. Starkey with a sacrifice bunt last game. He no stats as he was just walked. He was hit by a pitch in the last meeting. As a nice slider. Wow, that one had some movement. That one's going to be way too low though. That'll be called for ball 2. Count goes 2-1. That was a beautiful pitch by Rourke on that one. If it was just a little bit higher though, that would have dropped right into the strike zone. As it's 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the pitch, a little bouncer towards third by Starkey. That's going to go right by the third baseman. Winters will score. Colopy's rounding third. He's going to come in and he's going to score. And a 2 RBI single by Travis Starkey. And the BOWIE Bulldogs take an early 2-0 lead over the Cavs. And a nice hit. And I'm going to give Starkey a single on that one, but third baseman Slaughterback and Kent both converged on the ball. Kent got a glove on it, tapped it a little bit, and couldn't quite bring it in. And because he tapped it, Slaughterback was unable to bring that one in. And there it is. As we're going to have a courtesy runner in for Starkey. Do you know who that is?
Matthew Garcia. I'm almost positive that's him. Number 2?
Yep, that's Matt Garcia. So Matt Garcia is going to be a courtesy runner here for Starkey as he has to do his wardrobe change. But here comes another big bat speedster for the Bulldogs. Number 1, Ben Merriman.
Left fielder Ben Merriman.
I already said that. As Cavalier coaches come out and have a quick chit chat on the mound with Rourke. As here comes Merriman now with 2 runners. Merriman out with 2 runners on and 2 outs. Estrada's going to be over at second. Garcia's going to be at first. As Rourke with the pitch. Another slider that time. That was a perfectly positioned ball there.
That was a great pitch.
As that'll be strike 1 for Merriman. Good one for him to take a load and just kind of look at and just relax for a second. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 runners on. And Rourke with the pitch. A high slider this time. Outside the zone. That'll be ball 1. Count goes even now, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Blah.
It's okay. Talking's hard.
It really is. Especially with the wind in my face and no video feed. Here's the pitch from Rourke. A swing, and that one's going to get tipped by Merriman. That'll be a foul ball. It goes to 1-2 is the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. And the Bulldogs with a 2-0 lead as Merriman is going to walk over to Coach Jelly at third. Get a quick coaching and walk his way back. Merriman going 1 for 3 last night with a single and a couple strikeouts as he gets set last game. Rourke going to pretend to throw over at second to Estrada. Not going to do it though, as that'll be just a kind of a break in play, I guess. He's going to get reset and we'll do it again. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Merriman. Rourke with the pitch. Fastball down the middle. Big swing by Merriman. He'll go down as out number 3 after that one. And that'll do it for our first inning. So 2 hits. I'm going to say no errors, and so is the guys in our booth. And 2 runners on will end it. And the Bulldogs with a 2-0 lead over the Cavs, which is a kind of mirror of last night where the Cavs did the same thing. They took a big 2-0 lead in the first, and it was tied up, and then a lead, and then another, back and forth, and then just kind of a pull away by the Cavs. But that'll do it, folks, for the first inning. We'll go ahead and take a short break. We'll be right back for the second inning. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball right here on Vype Live.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com.
I'm sorry, folks. This is Laura Starkey's first time running our production board here.
I apologize. I was getting ready to play the music, and I guess my finger accidentally tapped the cursor.
We've got sensitive computers here. So second inning about to be underway here. Of course, big shout out to our BOWIE Bulldogs sponsor for our baseball season, one of them at least, Big Tune Interactive. Big Tune Interactive specializes in Drupal website development and site optimizations. Reach out today and see how Big Tune Interactive can help make your online marketing programs more valuable and can help you achieve your goals in 2021. Left fielder Ethan Calder making his way out to the plate now for the Cavs, looking to face off against Calder the first time this afternoon. And the first one gets hit and chopped right behind him, foul. That'll be strike 1, as it's starting to rain a little bit now. And I don't want to call it rain because it's just a couple drops here and there.
Just some sprinkles.
Yeah, not too crazy. So no balls, 1 strike. Here's a pitch from Mccullough. A high fastball. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-1. Mccullough getting set. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Here's the pitch. Fastball right over the plate gets called for strike 2. Count goes 1-2.
Nice pitch. I don't know how you don't swing at that. That looked too good.
Yeah, that was a tough one, and no matter, that was still a strike. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Is trying to work low on Raider there. Not going to get any offering from him, as that'll be ball 2. Count goes even now, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Kyle Raider up at the plate. Mccullough with the pitch. Ooh, that one looked pretty nice from up here, but that'll be called for ball 3. Count goes full, 3-2. as Ethan Rader's working the count now pretty well for Colopy. Here's the 3-2 pitch, a swing and a liner towards right field. Center field's going to be actually right center field, if you will. That's going to be picked up by Thaniel Bright, tossed back in right by the glove of McCullough. But that'll be a single for Kyle Rader. And the Cavs are in business now with 1 runner on and no outs here at top of the second.
You know, I look at that, it's like, okay, no big deal. You got a runner on first with no outs, get a grounder in the infield, then just roll it up.
Make
a double play.
Turn the double, and I apologize, so that was Kyle Rader at the plate. Now comes Ethan Calder as he shows a bunt down the third baseline. Estrada will throw to second, not in time, as Calder will reach on a fielder's choice. And Rader will reach after legging that one out. So 2 runners on, no outs, and here comes O.J. Gonzalez, number 21, right fielder for the Cavs. With 2 runners on and no outs, a good position to be in. As Colopy gets set. And here's the first pitch to Gonzalez. Gonzalez showing bunt as well. Pulls back just in time. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. Top of the second. Cavs are currently up at the plate with O.J. Gonzalez. Colopy's on the mound. And he's going to step off and do a quick check over at second, as Rader was getting quite a lead. No throw made, though, as we'll get reset, and we'll do it again. So Colopy with the 1-0 pitch. Rodriguez makes his way up showing bunt. And I didn't see Gonzalez pull back there, but I guess he did. As another bunt shown will be ball 2, count goes 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. Top of the second here as Gonzalez gets set. Another fastball down the middle by Colopy this time. Oh, faithful. That'll go down to strike 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Colopy with the pitch. And Gonzalez showing bunt again. As they're going to say again, he pulled back just in time. So count goes 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs. 2 runners on. Gonzalez gets set. Quick check over at second. Here's the pitch from Colopy. Fastball down the middle gets called for strike 2. Count goes full now, 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Full count here for Gonzalez as Colopy gets set. Quick check over to Rader, and here's the pitch. A swing and a high fly towards left center field. That's going to drop right in the middle, and runners will round third. The throw to the cutoff man is in time, but that's going to be an RBI single for Gonzalez as Rader is able to come all the way around as the Cavs close the lead by 1 run.
Up to bat for Cavaliers, number 6, Caden Kent, shortstop.
So shortstop Caden Kent making his way up to the plate now. We did not get a chance to see him on Tuesday, but he comes up now with 2 runners still on as Calder is over at third and Gonzalez is at second, and no outs. As he's going to call a quick time and get reset, and we've got video feed for you folks as here's the pitch. Another bunt shown. That'll be called for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. Big thank you to Miss Suna, who came out and brought us our another encoder here to make sure we're up and working and running for you folks at home. She drove all the way from Round Rock
So
to get
kind.
out here. So
kind.
kind. And she did it quick, right? She's faster than me on that setup. As here's the 0-1 pitch to Kent from Colopy. A swing, and that one's going to get right behind him, foul. That'll be strike 2. Count goes 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, no outs. 2 runners in scoring position for the Cavs as BOWIE is trying to hold on to a 2-1 lead. But with no outs, we'll see what happens as Kent gets set. Colopy likes the call. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And that's going to hit the plate. That'll be strike 3.
Nice pitch.
That was nice, as Kent will go down looking for out number 1. Which is going to bring up number 3, Dawson French, center fielder for the Cavs.
Dawson French.
Such a nice guy. Brought some extra balls there for our umpire to put in his pocket. As he checks down over at third base, gets the call. 1 out, 2 runners on, top of the second, excuse me. As he gets set to face off against Mccullough for the first time this afternoon. Here's the pitch. Fastball right over the plate, gets called for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. And for those who have noticed, you can't see in the camera, but we're on the right side of our press box here, so we are surrounded by the Cavalier faithful. And there's quite a few of them that made it out here this afternoon. As here's the 0-1 pitch from Mccullough to French. French showing bunt. They're going to do a quick check. That will be a strike. He did not pull back in time, so strike 2 for French. Count goes 0-2, and Mccullough slowly working his way out of this bind he's in right now with 2 runners in scoring position for the Cavs. Ethan Calder's over at third. O.J. Gonzalez is at second as he gets set. And here's the 0-2 pitch to French. A swing and a miss by French. That'll be out number 2. As here comes catcher John Ryden, as Mccullough just says, you know what, I'll do it myself.
That was just a
Don't worry
great
about
pitch.
it.
All 3 of those pitches were just great.
Those, they really were. And Dawson French is a very good hitter as he makes his way back to the Cav dugout. So John Ryden, catcher, is up to the plate now as he gets set to see the first pitch from Mccullough. It's going to be a fastball inside and high. That'll be ball 1. So Ryden having a pretty decent night on Tuesday as he went 2 for 3. RBI double, RBI single, and then a strikeout looking. As the next pitch is going to be a fastball over home plate. That'll be strike 1. Count goes even now, 1-1. You know, and usually when you're at the bottom of the order, you've got, at the high school level at least, it's not like the professional level. You actually got some pretty decent hitters all around.
Yeah.
As here's the 1-1 pitch. And a quick check. And they're going to say he did not go across and pulled back in time, so that'll be ball 2. Starkey looking for a call and wants a check down. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. John Ryden at the plate. Mccullough getting set. And here's the pitch. The liner towards Winters. He fields that one, and he actually catches that one. It's a literal liner to him, and that's out number 3. And, I mean, talk about a sigh of relief for Mccullough and the Bulldogs as the Cavs come away with 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on. And those 2 runners in scoring position. And they're able to get out of that one with minimal damage as the Cavs bring 1 across. And it's a 2-1 lead for the Bulldogs as they make their way up here for the bottom of the second to see what they can do here. And not too bad. Oh, no, thank you. I mean, I do want a beer, but not right now. Not for you. Not for her, for me.
I'm underage.
No, sir, I got my water. Thank you. It's like, again, folks, we got fans all around us, and, you know, that's the only tough thing here about working here these baseball games is I can't enjoy a nice cold beverage, if you will. I got to be a role model for you, Miss Starkey, you know. And have to turn it down. But I will be drinking later on tonight, folks. It's actually my anniversary, my wedding anniversary, and my wife is already upset at me for being here. But we got to be here. We got to bring you folks this view and this game, isn't it?
You're dedicated to your job. I'm proud of that.
That's right. Well, at the same time, this isn't my real job, so she's even more upset with that. But it's okay, and I like it. And so a big happy anniversary to my wife, who's probably listening and
congratulations.
Grinding her teeth. Yeah, 9 years, so not too bad. Still pretty early on, but 9 years. So Ethan Rourke is back on the mound. Yep. Okay. I thought that was a different number there, but Rourke's going to be back on the mound here for the Cavs as he's so far given up 2 hits on the afternoon, 2 runs that have come across. And Danny Rodriguez will be set to lead off for the Bulldogs, followed by Sean Mccullough, and then back to the top of the order with Thaniel Bright batting 3rd. So we've got a nice setup here. Nice order of batters here. Rodriguez came in the 6th and was walked on Tuesday, and actually came across as one of the runs, as the 3rd run that came through for the Bulldogs on Tuesday's game. So able to work the pitch count, good at bats as he looks to face off against Rourke for the first time this afternoon. That's going to be a slider inside. That'll be called for ball 1. Count goes 1-0 for Rodriguez. So 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. Bottom of the 2nd. Here's a pitch from Rourke. Another slider inside. This time he's going to catch the zone there. That'll be strike 1. Count goes even now, 1-1. Yes, a rare sight is the concession stand is actually open. I believe they got wrestling meets in the gym. That's why. As here's the 1-1 pitch. Rodriguez, nice high fly ball down the 3rd baseline. Slaughterback's going to get underneath it, and he's going to bail at the last second as Kent comes up behind him. That'll be a pop-up towards short, and that'll be out number 1.
You know, any pop-up hit today is going to be a hard ball to catch. With how the wind is wailing to either side of the field, you can see it with the flag out in right center field. It's going both directions. Like, that ball's going to be hard to catch.
Yeah, and that's what I took a look at. I kind of peeked over at our camera to make sure the feet can catch the flag. If you see our flag to the right of the scoreboard, it's going left, right, straight, and it's everywhere. Here's the first pitch for Sean Mccullough. He watches that one go by for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. Mccullough didn't get a chance to bat on Tuesday. First time against the Cavs. He takes a swing at the 2nd pitch and can't make contact. That'll be strike 2. Count goes 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Rourke with the 0-2 pitch. A swing and a high, nice hit towards left center field. It's going to drop right in front of the left fielder, Ethan Calder. And a nice single for Mccullough, as he'll make his way over to first, which brings up top of the order, Thaniel Bright up to the plate. Bright hit a ground out towards Slaughterback over at 3rd. Back in the 1st to lead off as out number 1. Looking to change his luck, though, now with 1 runner on and 1 out, bottom of the 2nd. As Rourke gets set, here's the first pitch to Bright. A high slider will hit the zone. It gets called for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. Rourke, quick check over at Rodriguez at first. He is going to throw it to first. Rodriguez is able to get back with ease. He'll be called safe. We'll reset and do it again. It's a cloudy day today. As you see, that's kind of getting, that's not your TV, folks. That's the clouds and the sun getting brighter and darker. As here's the 0-1 pitch, a swing and a hit towards right center field. That's going to drop right in front of right fielder, Jose Gonzalez, and a single for Bright. As we've got 2 runners on now with 1 out, as here comes Mason Winters. He took a rocket to the elbow in the 1st inning and walked his way over to first. As Winters gets set. So no balls, no strikes, 1 out. 2 runners on with Mccullough at 2nd. Here's the pitch. It's going to be outside in the dirt. Runners will advance on the wild pitch. A throw to 3rd is in time, but no tag is going to be made as Mccullough is able to get there with ease. Bright will advance to 2nd, and that'll be ball 1 for Winters. So different game now as we've got 2 runners in scoring position. Winters with some wheels at the plate. I doubt he's going to bunt, but I mean, if he does a bunt down the 3rd baseline, he might be able to beat that one out. As the Cavs are going to be worried about Mccullough at 3rd and most likely do a quick check to keep him there. Slaughterback not really moving up yet, so we'll see if he decides to move, and a quick time is called by Winters as he goes over to Coach DeGelio over at 3rd, and they have a powwow. Winters making his way back into the box. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 runners in scoring position now for your Bulldogs. As here's the pitch from Rourke. It's going to be a slider outside. That'll get called for ball 2. Count goes 2-0. As Rourke trying to get Winters to reach on that one. Or maybe he was trying to take a look to see if he was going to show bunt or not. As Winters, though, looking like he was ready to swing, and anything that came over the plate will get set again. Here's the pitch to Winters. Fastball and attempt to steal home. That was interesting as Mccullough will be out number 2. Bright will sit true over at second. Count goes 2-1 now for Winters. That was interesting. Maybe they thought Winters was going to hit
weird.
Yeah, I think Winters may have gotten his call confused there as he gets set. Here's the pitch. Oh, nope. Rourke's going to step off. We'll get reset and do it again. And interesting to see that shortstop Caden Kent is getting the calls and throwing up signals to Rourke over at the mound. As here's the pitch, a swing and a bouncer towards third. And that's going to go right by third baseman. So Bright's going to round third. Bright's going to come in to score. And that's going to be an E5 for Winters. As he'll make his way over to first, Bright will come through. And the Bulldogs extend their lead 3-1.
Number 13, Patrick Mccullough.
So Patrick Mccullough making his way up to the plate now with 2 outs, bottom of the second, excuse me, and 1 runner on as Winters was able to reach on that error. There's the first pitch, a swing and a miss by Colopy. That'll be strike 1 as we've got some Lake Travis faithful walking around and trying to look around them, folks. I apologize. A little late on that call. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Rourke with the pitch to Colopy. Outside slider gets away from Ryden, and Winters will make his way to second and not get his uniform dirty, as he'll be able to walk to it.
You can't do that with Mason in the base path right now. He's too fast.
As soon as Winters sees the dirt in the air, he normally takes off, and he's, again, quite the speedster. He's able to leg that one out.
He's like, bye, see you later.
Yeah, right. As Colopy looking for the 1-1 pitch, a swing and that gets right into the dirt and bounces behind him. Foul, that'll be strike 2. Brody Miller is going to be on deck. He'll be batting next if Colopy can make his way on and get a hit or get a walk or make his way to the base somehow. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the wind is picking up, and now the flag is blowing behind. This is crazy. As Winters is over at second, here's the pitch to Colopy. That's going to be a high fastball. Will get called for ball 2. Count goes 2-2, and you saw John Ryden there pop up immediately on that one. So you got to think he's kind of working the ladder, but it's an intentional high throw, so they can watch Winters over at second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Rourke. A swing and a miss from Colopy as a slider got him, as he'll go down as out number 3. So 3 hits,
Second inning, Bulldogs
1 error,
Lake Travis 1.
and 1 runner left on. And the 2 innings down, and the Bulldogs with a 3-1 lead over the Cavs. We'll go ahead and take a short break. We'll be right back for the 3rd inning. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball right here on Vype Live.
Hey, buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to Vype, BYPE.com, and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at Vype, BYPE.com.
All right, folks, 3rd inning about to begin. Bulldogs with a 3-1 lead over the Cavaliers. AJ Revel here, Laura Starkey keeping me company as we are here at the Tony Berger Baseball Field to bring you today's Game 2 of this week's series against the Cavs. Get free shipping on all your favorite brands at academy.com, or get free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store. Academy Sports and Outdoors, our Vype Live spring sports sponsor. So big thank you to them as we are set to get everything underway. Top of the order due up for the Cavs with number 14, Dylan Slaughterback, will be set to lead off, followed by Cole Gibson, followed by Cole Johnson. The last time these 3 were at bat, it was a strikeout, and then a ground out to second. So Colopy looking to keep it going if he can. Doing pretty well on the mound aside from giving up the 1 run. 4 strikeouts on the afternoon after 2 innings. So he's looking pretty comfy as here's the pitch to Slaughterback. That gets called for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. And there's that wind? See, now it's blowing to the right.
I don't know.
I don't either. The other pitch from Colopy, nice slider, gets called for strike 2. Count goes 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, no outs, top of the 3rd. Here's the pitch from Colopy to Slaughterback. That's going to be low and in the dirt. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-2. Pitches to Burn. As he's going to try to get Slaughterback reaching if he can. As Colopy gets set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. A swing and a high fly towards center field. Bright, getting underneath that one. And he'll bring that one in for out number 1.
Oh, he made that look easy.
He really did. And if you look at the flag, folks, it's blown to the left now. So, I mean, you got to picture it. It's circling the stadium right now. And when it gets out there in the outfield, it's the same thing. You've really got to plan the trajectory and get underneath it. And you've got the sun up in the air as it's a 2 o'clock game here. So, a lot of factors. So, a nice job by Bright to bring that one in, which is going to bring up number 18, Cole Gibson, up to the plate for the Cavs as the first one goes by for strike 1 from Colopy. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out, no runners on. As Gibson gets set. And here's the 0-1 pitch. A high fastball. As Gibson thinks about it, but decides against it. Count goes even now, 1-1. I'm trying to position myself so the wind doesn't catch my mic here. As here's the 1-1 pitch. A swing and a chopper behind goes foul. Count goes 1-2 for Gibson. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Colopy likes the call. He's set. Gibson is set. And here's the 1-2 pitch. A swing and a high fly towards center field. Bright's going to get underneath that one, but it'll drop in front. And that'll be a base hit for Gibson. With 1 out here, top of the 3rd, which is going to bring up our second Cole Johnson.
Number 15, Cole Johnson.
Is it Cole Johnson that you know?
You know, in
because I was told that we have to bring this up a little bit.
I call him Show Pony.
So Show Pony himself up to the mound. Cole Johnson, number 15 for the Cavs, with 1 runner on and 1 out here, top of the 3rd. As Colopy gets set, Show Pony. Here's the pitch, a swing and a bouncer. Colopy's going to glove that one to throw to first, and that'll be out number 2. Gibson will make his way over to second on that little bouncer, but a nice 1-3 for Johnson.
All right, I feel like I should explain Show Pony.
I mean, I don't know if you need to. I think that's just...
Him and my little brother, they played travel ball together over the summer, and they've known each other since they were like 12. And one game, when they were like 12 years old, his dad yelled out, "Come on, Show Pony!" And I about died laughing, and it has stuck, and that's all that I call him now.
As a quick time is called, and Coach Vasquez could come out to talk to Colopy. But, you know, and that's another thing that you folks, for those who don't know, all these guys, they've all played with each other.
Oh, they all know each other.
And it's not just with Lake Travis, it's with Westlake, it's with Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of these guys, they know each other. And if you follow Vype on any social media, or I think the Horn as well, you'll see where sometimes we'll do you know, little pieces on them, and we'll show you pictures of them, and it's so crazy to see the different, you know, just the different uniforms, how everybody knows each other. And
yeah,
and these are friendly, I mean, they're friendly games because you get to kind of make fun of your buddy over there on the other team, and
oh yeah,
and then you get bragging rights as well. So
no, and you can't tell me that Travis and Cole aren't talking to each other whenever
especially when Starkey's there at the plate talking to him and messing with him. As Kyle Rader is going to make his way up to the plate, the DH here for the Cavs. Here's his first pitch, as that'll be called for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. Rader hit a single in the 2nd, and he's the lone run that has come across so far for the Cavs this afternoon. As Colopy gets set, 1 runner in scoring position as Gibson's over at 2nd. As Rader is going to get reset, and we'll do it again. Colopy, quick check over at Gibson. Here's the pitch. That's going to be way too high. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Gibson's over at 2nd in scoring position, and Kyle Rader's at the plate. As here's the pitch from Colopy. A nice outside fastball. That'll get called for strike 2. Count goes 1-2. Rader fell behind early and back in the 2nd inning, was able to come back and work the pitch count full to get his single. as he's behind right now. As it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and here's the pitch from Colopy. A swing, and that one's going to go foul way behind us into the parking lot. The count will stay 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 runner on for the Cavs. As here's the 1-2 pitch, a swing and a big hit towards left field. It's going to drop down in front of Merriman as Gibson will round third and he'll come in to score. And an RBI double for Kyle Rader. And I guess we're just going to go back and forth on this scoring here as
Comes from Lake Travis, number 5.
the Cavs squeeze the lead a little bit. It's now 3-2 with the Bulldogs with a 1-run lead, which is going to bring up Ethan Calder. Calder reached on a fielder's choice in the second. That was a nice grounder towards Estrada at third, and he elected to go towards second. As Colopy gets set with 1 runner on, here's the pitch, a high fastball. That'll go for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. 1 runner in scoring position. The tying run is over at second for the Cavs as here's the 1-0 pitch to Calder. A high fly towards left field. Merriman getting underneath that one as he brings it in and loses
his hat.
That's right. That's the win, folks. It blew his hat off his head. But that fly out towards left field will be out number 3. As the Cavs will bring 1 across after 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left standing. And that'll do it for the top of the third. Bottom of the third. And Brody Miller will be set to lead off for the Bulldogs. John Estrada will be batting second with Travis Starkey batting third. Oh, man. You know, let's do a This Day in Baseball History. We haven't done that yet today, have we? So today is April 17th. So in 1869, so just a little bit ago, right?
Just a little bit.
In baseball's first professional game, the Cincinnati Red Stockings defeat the Amateurs 24-15. Team captain Harry Wright had put all of his players under contract, making the club, which will become known as the Reds, was the first pro team in sports history. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Well, that was back in 1869, though, the first ever professional baseball game played today, and it's played today, and look what's played today, this big game between the Bulldogs and the Cavs. Next week, folks, though, I know we're looking ahead a little bit, and I'm not going to try to dive too far ahead, but next week's games are going to be against the San Marcos Rattlers, with Game 1 will be here at Berger on Tuesday with a 7:30 first pitch, with Game 2 being on Friday with a 7 p.m. first pitch. So I'm sure we'll say that again, folks, but be sure if you can, make your way out. We'd love to have you. Love to tell you hi if you're able to make it our way to our booth area here as Brody Miller comes out and looks to face off against Rourke. Here's the first pitch, a high slider outside. That'll be ball 1. So Bulldogs with a 3-2 lead here, bottom of the third. No outs, 1 ball, no strikes here for Miller. As here's the pitch from Rourke. It's going to be a inside, a little too much inside. That'll be ball 2. Count goes 2-0. Turn this down just a little bit. Hopefully we'll get the wind out of our things here, as that's a high fly towards down the left sideline there, as it's going to go and drop foul. No one's able to get to it. That will be strike 1 for Miller. Count goes 2-1. I think that sounds better, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good. So I think I fixed it. So 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Bottom of the third with Brody Miller up at the plate. Here's the pitch from Rourke. A swing and a miss by Miller. And that'll be strike 2. Count goes even now, 2-2. And Ryden actually dropped that one as well. And that's important because he's going to have to recover quickly, which he did there if that happens again on a strikeout. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, a swing and a miss, and there it is. Miller's going to take off towards first. The throw, of course, is in time, and that'll be a strikeout for Miller, as that'll be out number 1. So number 11, third baseman John Estrada will make his way up to the plate. He was walked in the first. So no stats for him so far today. Hoping to get a hit, though. He was able to draw the count full this last time at bat, which was a really nice at bat. But here he is with 1 out. First pitch from Rourke. A swing and a miss, as that was a nice slider outside, and Estrada, his eyes lit up with that one. As that'll be strike 1. Count goes 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That was a too far outside slider. That'll be called for ball 1. Count goes even now, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the pitch from Rourke. Estrada gets a piece of that one. It's going to go behind him, foul. That'll be strike 2. Count goes 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Estrada. That's going to be low and in the dirt. That'll be ball 2. Count goes even now, 2-2. And and we talk about how this affects the outfield with the wind and how crazy it is right now as our computer screen. It's almost blowing away our computer, folks. That's how windy it is. But, no one really considers how it affects the pitcher as well.
It really does. It really affects your pitches and where you can throw and your locations and everything.
And it really does. And I think we're seeing that with Rourke because he has a really nice slider. And when the wind dies down, he's hitting his positioning, his location, beautifully. As here's the 2-2 pitch. As there it is. Estrada will get caught looking. He'll be out number 2 as he shakes his head. And that is a nasty slider that Rourke has, which is going to bring up number 24, Travis Starkey. As he comes up to the plate. A 2 RBI single back in the first inning with no runners on. He watches the first one go by for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, no runners on for Starkey. Rourke with the pitch. As there's the other slider, catches the zone there for strike 1. Count goes 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Starkey watching that one. That'll be called for ball 2. Count goes 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Starkey. A swing and a bouncer is going to go behind him, foul. That'll be strike 2, so count goes even now, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Starkey. As he swings and gets a piece of that one again, that one goes foul.
Stay alive.
Yep, and that's what he's doing. He's in protection mode right now, so he's making sure anything that may be deemed a strike, he's taking a crack at, and that can be dangerous, especially with a nice slider that Rourke has. And we'll see if he can position it right, because I guarantee he's going to try to throw it on the outside here against Starkey. As here's the 2-2 pitch from Rourke. And it sounded like he got a piece of it, but I guess it's a caught, so it's a strikeout. Swinging for Starkey. And that'll be out number 3.
Bulldogs lead 3.
And 3 innings down, and the Bulldogs with a 3-2 lead over the Lake Travis Cavaliers. We'll go ahead and we will take a short break. We'll be right back, folks, for the 4th inning. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball right here on Vype Live.
For the end zone, touchdown, Ryder Hernandez on 4th and 2 from the 17.
Sure, Vype Sports brings you the best in area high school football, but Vype brings you exciting high school volleyball action.
Dive in the middle for the back row. Here comes James and gets the kill.
Vype brings you walk-off home runs on the diamond.
Line drive, deep to left. It is going, and it is gone.
From lacrosse to the pitch to the court and more, the leader in high school sports coverage is Vype Sports.
Tony Berger baseball field, as we are excited. Game 2 currently underway between the BOWIE Bulldogs and the Lake Travis Cavaliers. Bulldogs with a 3-2 lead over the Cavs as the 4th inning is about to be underway. Want to give a big thank you to our Bulldog baseball sponsor, Mogul and Purcell Financial. Is that? Yeah, man, that's. We're right by the speaker, folks. It's like right in my ear. With over 40 years of experience in financial services, Mogul and Purcell Financial can help you address your needs of today for many years to come. Mogul and Purcell Financial, live for today, plan for tomorrow.
Cavaliers, number 21, O.J. Gonzalez.
So as you can hear, folks, leading off for the Cavs in the fourth is going to be right fielder number 21, O.J. Gonzalez. Caden Kent will be batting second, along with Dawson French batting third. O.J. Gonzalez able to hit an RBI single back in the second. Looks to come up and hopefully get himself on base, as they are still trailing by 1 to your Bulldogs. As here's the first pitch from Mccullough. As that one, I guess, was too low.
I guess. I don't know.
That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch from Mccullough. That one's too high. That'll be ball 2. Count goes 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes, no outs here for Mccullough as he faces off against O.J. Gonzalez. Here's the pitch. That one's going to catch the zone there for strike 1. Count goes 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strikes, no outs. Here's the pitch. That's a high ball there. Count goes 3-1. So a 3-1 count, it's always a 50-50, whether it's the fastball down the middle and whether the batter decides to take this or swing at it. Here's a 3-1 pitch. That one's going to be too high, and that'll be ball 4. A leadoff walk here for the Cavs, as here comes shortstop number 6, Caden Kent, up to the plate.
Number 6, Caden Kent.
So Kent had a strikeout looking his first time at bat in the second. As Mccullough with the pitch, a bunt shown. It's up in the air. Estrada legged it. Estrada with a sliding catch to get that one out. As that was a high bunt by Kent. And that'll be out number 1.
I was afraid him and Starkey were going to collide with diving cover to get that ball.
Well, given that Starkey's a big baby, he had all the padding on, so I'm sure he would have been okay.
Probably. I mean, he is a baby.
As number 3, center fielder Dawson French is going to make his way out to the plate. He struck out swinging in the second with 1 runner on with O.J. Gonzalez at first. A throwdown is not going to be in time as Gonzalez gets back with ease. We'll reset and do it again. French back in the box. He's set. Mccullough gets the call. Quick check at Gonzalez. And here's the pitch. That one's going to catch the outside strike zone there. That'll be strike 1 for French. Count goes 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on. As French gets set. Mccullough likes the call. There's the 0-1 pitch. A swing, and that one's going to go behind him foul. That'll be strike 2 for French. He's falling behind in the count, and Mccullough is getting ahead in the count. French getting set. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 runner on. And Mccullough is going to step off real quick. Looks like he went to get his back foot set and he kind of hit something there, so stepped off to get reset. Quick check over at first. Gonzalez is okay, and here's the 0-2 pitch. An outside fastball. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-2. Trying to get French to reach for that one, but no offering made. Count goes 1-2 now for French. As he gets ready to make his way back in. John Ryden, catcher, is going to be on deck. He'll be batting next, barring a double play. As here's the pitch from Mccullough. That's going to be low. It gets behind Starkey, and the runner will take off towards second. As Gonzalez will advance on the wild pitch. And that'll be ball 2, so counts even now, 2-2 for French. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 runner in scoring position now as Gonzalez is over at second. Mccullough is getting set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. A swing and a miss as Mccullough goes up the ladder.
Great pitch call.
That is, I love going up there like that, as that'll be out number 2, which is going to bring up catcher John Ryden. Ryden hit a liner towards Winters, which I thought hit the ground, but Winters got his glove underneath it. And that was out number 3 back in the second. Well, he makes his way out with 1 runner on for the Cavs. As Mccullough is set, here's the pitch. A swing and a high fly towards right center field. Bright's going to get underneath it, and it's going to fall in between all 3. As that one comes in, it gets missed by Mccullough. The throw to second, though, is okay, and the tag is made. So Ryden will get a single out of that, an RBI single, but he'll be caught stealing second for out number 3. Gonzalez is going to come across as a run. We'll score. Okay, I was going to say, wait a second. Why did they put a big 0 on the board? But that'll do it for the top of the 4th, and we are back at the beginning of the game, folks. We are knotted up at 3 now as the Bulldogs make their way up to the plate. As my paperwork is starting to fly away now. Ben Merriman is going to be set to lead off for the Bulldogs, followed by Danny Rodriguez, with Sean Mccullough batting third. If we're able to get some base runners on, top of the order will be due up right after Mccullough, with Fanny O'Bright set for that one. Ethan Rourke back on the mound for Lake Travis. Dun, 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 dun. Let's do another one, huh? April 17th. Let's do 1934, yeah? So this day in 1934, on opening day at the newly named Crosley Field, you know what? No, we're going to say that one for later. Sorry. Let's do 1929. I read this and I liked it, and you'll see why. So sorry, folks. Sorry. Forget everything I just said. So this day, 1929, in a 5 a.m. ceremony on opening day to avoid crowds, Claire Hodgson, a divorced actress and model from Athens, Georgia, becomes the second Mrs. Babe Ruth. The Yankees outfielder's first wife, Julia Woodford, died in a house fire in Watertown, Massachusetts 3 months prior. So Babe Ruth, going 3 months after his wife passes, marries his second on this day in 1929. So happy anniversary.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Well, I mean, the Babe got married on the same day as me. Look at that. That's awesome. I see the greatness in that. It's okay.
Bulldogs, number 1, Ben Merriman.
All right, folks, so bottom of the 4th, set to get underway. Again, Ben Merriman going to lead off. Merriman struck out swinging his last time at bat way back in the first, looking to turn his luck. As here's the first pitch from Rourke. Slider's going to be a little bit too low and outside. That'll get called for ball 1. Next one, again, gets called for ball 2 from Rourke to Merriman. Doing a good job at the plate, staying disciplined, as Ben Merriman is doing. Counts 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Rourke. As a swing and a bouncer towards third is going to go foul. So that'll be strike 1 from Merriman. And we'll reset and do it again. Which I'm surprised Slaughterback didn't just let that one go as it was going foul. And it obviously bounced.
Yeah.
But nice effort there. As Merriman will come back and get set and do it again. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Merriman set. Here's the pitch from Rourke. As that one's going to be an inside slider. That'll be ball 3. Count goes 3-1. Merriman ahead in the count right now. We'll see if he wants to swing at this next pitch or if he sits back and lets it go by and burns one from Rourke. As here's the 3-1 pitch. That's going to be in the dirt in front of home plate. That'll be ball 4 and a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 4th for the Bulldogs, which is going to bring up first baseman number 17, Danny Rodriguez. He had a pop out towards short.
Number 17, Danny Rodriguez.
And it was a nice hit, but I think the wind might have caught that one and slowed it down just a smidge, which allowed shortstop Kent to get to it, pull in the out. So Rodriguez set. 1 runner on with Merriman and no outs here, bottom of the 4th. As here's the pitch from Rourke. Rodriguez showing bunt. That'll be strike 1. As he did not pull back. He was going for it all the way. Count goes 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, no outs. Bottom of the 4th, 1 runner on. The Bulldogs and the Cavs are tied at 3. As Rodriguez showing bunt again. Here's the pitch. He gets a piece of that one. It's high, it bounces, and it drops. That's going to drop foul, though. So that'll be strike 2 for Rodriguez. That was nice. It did. It dropped straight down, hit the grass, and they did a little bitty baby bounce right on the line. I like to see when the umpire comes up and he's like, huh. Let me look at it. I had a game this week where we had an umpire like that where it was rolling. Like it took a couple bounces and it was rolling. And he went right up to it and he was walking with it. And as soon as it hit the line, he goes, foul. You know. I just see that they're serious as a quick throw to first is not in time. Merriman's able to get there. But Danny Rodriguez now behind in the count. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. As he gets set with 1 runner on. Rourke, quick check over at Merriman. And here's the pitch. It's going to be outside of the dirt. It gets right past Ryden. I apologize. Merriman will advance over to second. That'll be ball 1 for Rodriguez. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and now 1 runner in scoring position for the Bulldogs. As Rodriguez gets back in the box, Rourke likes the call. Quick look at Merriman. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low and outside. That'll be ball 2. Count goes even now, 2-2. And Rodriguez kind of working his way back.
Got to work the pitch count.
Well, you got to work it, but I mean, falling behind 0-2, he's really
He's doing a really
there.
good job.
He really is. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Rourke. Another slider, this time way outside. Count goes full now, 3-2. What you love to see. I know Coach Judd gives him a thumbs up with a smile. He likes to see that. You go behind 0-2. Now you work the count full. So you've burned an extra, at minimum, 3 pitches from Rourke. As Merriman's at second. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swinging a little chopper back towards Rourke. Merriman is going to walk his way back as Rourke did a good job to look at him and make sure he stayed true. But that'll be out number 1.
Up to bat for the Bulldogs, number 18, Sean McCullough.
So as you heard, second baseman number 18, Sean McCullough, is going to make his way up to the plate. He had a single in the second and had that weird, again, look at miscommunication. He was trying to steal home and got tagged down on that one as he came through. He was the second out of the afternoon for that second inning. But with 1 runner in scoring position, here's the first pitch to him. He shows bunt. As that one gets in the dirt, that'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-0. As you hear the Cavalier faithful are not happy, and here comes the coach for the Cavs. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Every pitch counts here, folks, and that's why people are upset with that one. Got to be a strike, but it wasn't. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside slider gets called for ball 2. Count goes 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Ben Merriman's over at second. Sean McCullough's over here at the plate. As Rourke gets set, here's the pitch. Another bunt shown. That'll be a strike this time. That's strike 1 for McCullough. He did not pull back at all. He was following it the whole way. Count goes 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Rourke with the pitch. Slider outside. That'll be ball 3. Count goes 3-1. And top of the order again, due up here after McCullough. Stanley O'Bright's going to be on deck. As here's the 3-1 pitch to McCullough. That one's going to be in the dirt in the right side batter's box. That'll be a walk. As here comes Stanley O'Bright. As it looks like we're going to have a pitching change as the Lake Travis coaches make their way out to the plate. And here comes someone from the bullpen. See if we can get a number for me there, Miss Starkey. That'll do it for Ethan Rourke.
Number 27.
So number 27 is Luke Jackson for the Cavs. So he'll make his way out here in the 4th. So let's see here. So Rourke will pitch 3 1/3. And he didn't do too shabby. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 strikeouts. 1, 2, 3, 4 walks. 4 hits given up. And 3 runs. So Jackson is going to be up on the mound now as he gets warmed up. He'll be facing off against Danny O'Bright as the first batter he'll look at. Merriman making his way back over to second. I think we'll hang out here as he should be almost done warming up. As the head coach from the Cavaliers makes his way out and said, hey, man, what kind of call was that? Here's a 20. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, my gosh.
He wants an explanation. It's one of those where, you know, as a head coach, you come out, and there's a lot of UIL rules, too, which I was reading up trying to find out what happens if there's a tiebreaker. But there's a lot of rules that affect what happens if a player is ejected or if a coach is ejected. So you're not going to see it happen too often here. As the coaches will voice their concerns, and then they'll let it go. But if it, a lot of the time, they really just want to know what the heck happened, what do we got to change, you know, what's the deal. So here comes Danny O'Bright. He's 1 for 2 on the afternoon after a single in the second and a ground out towards third in the first. With 2 runners on, with Ben Merriman over at second and Sean McCullough is at first, looking to maybe bring some runs in with just 1 out. So Bright gets set to face off. First batter to face off against Jackson. Quick check over at Merriman. Here's the pitch, and he's going to step off instead. And we'll get reset and do it again. Merriman's over at second. Lead's not too crazy. Here's the first pitch from Jackson. Inside fastball. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Luke Jackson's up on the mound now. New pitcher here for the Cavaliers. Here's the pitch to Bright. It's going to be a high breaking ball. That'll be ball 2. Count goes 2-0. You know, and that's one thing I miss there is being able to have sunflower seeds while I watch a baseball game. I can't do that. So it just doesn't work for me. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out, 2 runners on. Here's the pitch from Jackson. That one's going to a fastball, catches the inside edge. That'll be strike 1. Count goes 2-1. Jackson getting the call. 2 balls and 1 strike with 1 out, and he's going to step off again and take a quick break and get reset. There's Coach DeGelio. Throws out some calls here for the Bulldogs all around. Remember, folks, Ben Merriman's over at second. McCullough's at first. Merriman got some wheels on him. Known to take off towards third a time or 2. As here's the 2-1 pitch to Bright. A swing and a bouncer towards short. It's going to be fielded by Kent. And the throw is not in time. Oh, no, it is in time.
Wow.
I thought that was a good run. Almost made it.
That was a great play, though, by the shortstop. That was such a hard play to make.
Well, that was a tough throw, too. He had to catch it, throw it up, glove it, and toss it, and did a great job of getting Bright out. Over at first, which is going to bring up shortstop number 7, Mason Winters. Winters, 1 RBI so far in the afternoon. He reached on an error in the second, and then he was pegged in the elbow back in the first. The peg hurt all the way at BOWIE High School. As the first pitch, it's going to catch the low end of the strike zone there. That'll be strike 1 for Winters. So Merriman is over at third. McCullough's over at second now. The runners did advance on that hit by Bright. Winters is up at the plate. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Jackson. A swing and a miss by Winters. A nasty breaking ball. That'll go down to strike 2. Count goes 0-2. My hands are freezing.
It's cold out here.
Should have brought some gloves. And it's not that it's cold, it's just the wind, man.
The wind's making it really cold.
The wind makes it really chilly. As it's no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's a pitch from Jackson. Winters gets a piece of that one. It's going to go foul behind him, though. Count's going to stay 0-2. Jackson getting the call. Winters getting set. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Winters in protection mode right now. As here's the pitch from Jackson. A swing and a miss by Winters. And he will go down as out number 3. And if you hear the Cav faithful cheer the incoming pitcher. So as far as the fourth inning goes for the this side, no hits, no errors, 2 runners left on. And we're going to stay tied up at 3 here after 4. We'll go ahead and take a short break. We'll be right back, folks. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball right here on Vype Live.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com. Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
30-13. Again, another reverse. Breaking tackles, dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Rangers.
16 seconds. Really close up in the corner. Rotates to Wilson. She fires the 3. Oh my God! It went in. Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to Vype, VYPE.com.
Fourth inning set to be underway. 5th inning. Thank you, Miss Starkey.
You're welcome. That's why I'm here.
I get confused with my numbers a little bit.
It's okay. Math is hard.
Math is tough. But 5th inning about to be underway. We are knotted up at 3 as the Bulldogs and the Cavs are going at it. Big thank you out to Plucker's Wing Bar. Be sure to visit one of the 7 Austin area locations today. Currently, they are offering online delivery and curbside pickup from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Plucker's Wing Bar, where we promise to have the beer ice cold and the wings piping hot. Set to lead off for the Cavs is going to be top of the order, number 14, Dylan Slaughterback. That one didn't get away from Starkey there. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Colopy. A swing and a liner right towards left field. That's going to drop right in front. I think it's Merriman over there, isn't it? So a base hit. A leadoff base hit here in the 5th for the Cavs. They're in business now with no outs and 1 runner on. The first hit for the top of the order. And I think we're going to have a courtesy runner here for Slaughterback. We'll get a number as soon as we can see it, as Coach Jill is coming out to talk to Colopy a little bit. Looks like it's number 12. See if I can get a name on that person. That's going to do it for Colopy here this afternoon. We'll get a new pitcher. Courtesy runner is going to be Nick Luna for Slaughterback. And it looks like Colopy is going to make his way over to first, and I think Danny Rodriguez is going to get the call here to take over on the mound.
Coming in to pitch for the Bulldogs is number 17, Danny Rodriguez.
Just a little switcheroo.
Yeah, just a little nice. I like these switches personally. It makes it a lot easier for my scoreboard here. And he'll come in the 5th. He'll go to first in the 5th. So I just get to make some moves, make some notes, and then we are back on track. So Colopy giving up 6 hits so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts. And 1 walk. Wow, 1 walk. Yeah, it was. Nice job. 3 runs. He is responsible for the runner that's on, so we'll see if that one comes across. And no errors on the afternoon, as he's going to pitch a full 4 innings. So, yeah, I mean, one walk. That's an outstanding showing by Colopy against a very good offensively stacked Lake Travis team. So Cole Gibson, second baseman, will be the first to face off against Danny Rodriguez. As he will be set with 1 runner on and no outs here, top of the 5th. And we've got a close one. Like the close ones. And while Rodriguez gets warm, let's go ahead and do a this day in baseball history. And I guess I'll do what I had, was going to do earlier. So this day in 1934, on opening day at the newly named Crosley Field, Reds announcer Red Barber calls his first play-by-play for a major league team. The 26-year-old future Hall of Fame broadcaster had never attended a Major League game before the 6-0 loss to the Cubs on that day. Never called a game before except that one. And here I am. I got a few years on him, and yeah. This is a more exciting game, though, than that 6-0 loss there. So
Probably.
Rodriguez getting set to face off against Cole Gibson. Here's the first pitch. Gibson showing bunt. He's going to pull back in time as that one's going to be a little bit too low. That'll be called for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes, no outs, 1 runner on. As Luna's over at first. He's a courtesy runner for Slaughterback. There's the pitch. That one's going to be in the dirt. Starkey doing a good job keeping that in front of him. That'll go down as ball 2, though. You know, this is one of those where, you know, Rodriguez, he hadn't had too much time to warm up. So we're going to see, honestly, him kind of finishing, getting warm here on the mound. As here's the pitch, and a bunt. It's going to go straight up. Rodriguez gets it, the throw to first. Colopy keeping his foot on the bag. That'll be out number 1. Luna will advance.
Up to bat, number 15, Cole Johnson.
I'm going to score that as a sacrifice bunt for Gibson there, though, so it won't go against his stats.
No.
As here comes first baseman, number 15, Cole Johnson for the Cavs, with 1 out and 1 runner in scoring position now, with Luna over at second. Johnson so far 0 for 2 on the afternoon with a ground out towards second and then a ground out back to Colopy when he was on the mound. Here's the first pitch, gets called for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. So for those just tuning in, welcome out, folks, to Tony Berger Stadium. 5th inning currently underway, and we are knotted up at 3. As here's the pitch from Rodriguez. Will get called for strike 2. He hits the zone there.
Pitch. Woo, that pitch had some movement on it.
That did. As count goes 0-2. The show pony himself up on the mound, up at the plate. That's how it gets called for ball 1. I love that nickname. That's
I'll talk to him after and be like, yeah, I called you Show Pony on the broadcast.
Yeah,
sorry, not sorry.
You'll have to let him know that's his that's going to be his name from now on. As we call
from
this.
now on.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Rodriguez, quick check over at Luna. Here's the pitch. A swing and a liner. Colopy right over his glove is going to drop into right field. And Luna's going to round third. The throw to Starkey is not in time. It goes over his head. So Johnson will make his way over to second. An RBI single. And the Cavs take a 4-3 lead over your Bulldogs. As you hear the Cavalier faithful go nuts in front of us, which is going to bring up number 19, Kyle Rader.
Number 19, Kyle Rader.
Designated hitter. We are going to have a courtesy runner for Cole Johnson. It'll be number 13. I'll try to get his name. Lots of courtesy runners for the Cavaliers. Preston Marshall. So Kyle Rader, designated hitter. This coach for Lake Travis is coming out to identify the courtesy runner. Coach DeGelio wants a quick explanation of who's over there and what's going on. 2 courtesy runners here so far for the Cavs, and normally don't see that many. But Cole Johnson with an RBI single was able to make his way over to second on the throw to Starkey that goes over his head at home plate. So Kyle Rader will make his way up to the mound. He's so far 2 for 2 on the afternoon, a single in the second and an RBI double in the third. He looks to face off against Rodriguez as here's the pitch. Fastball in the dirt. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-0. Ethan Calder is going to be on deck for the Cavs as he gets set and loose. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, 1 runner on. Rodriguez with the pitch. Outside fastball. That'll get called for ball 2. Count goes 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes, and 1 out. Here's the pitch from Rodriguez. That gets called for strike 1 as the Cavs don't like it. Cavalier fans are not happy with that call. It's 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, and here's the pitch. A liner towards McCullough, gets that one. The throw to Colopy will be out number 2. As that was a big out. Kyle Rader's got a hot bat, and he knows how to hit and hit well, and that one was fielded very well by McCullough. Which is going to bring up number 5 left fielder Ethan Calder up to the plate. He is so far 0 for 1 on the afternoon, reaching on the fielder's choice and a fly out over towards left field. As here's the pitch from Rodriguez that gets chopped behind him for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. Marshall did advance over to third, so there is a runner over in scoring position. As here's the 0-1 pitch. A swing, another high chopper going to go behind. That'll be ball, strike 2, excuse me. Count goes 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 runner in scoring position as Preston Marshall's at third. Ethan Calder is up to the plate, and he is behind in the count. Here's the pitch. A swing, another chopper goes foul. Count's going to stay 0-2. Ethan Calder behind in the count, doing a good job protecting the plate so far as Rodriguez gets set. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's going to be an inside high fastball. Trying to work the ladder a little bit. That'll get called for ball 1. Count goes 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rodriguez getting set. 1 runner on. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside a little too much there for our umpire. Yeah, faithful or quiet on that one. As that'll be ball 2. Count goes even now, 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one's going to be an outside slider. That'll be ball 3. Count goes full now, 3-2. And Calder working his way back from being down in the count to bring the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch from Rodriguez. Swing and the chopper goes foul. Count will stay full, 3-2. Calder gets set. Here's the pitch from Rodriguez. That's a liner towards Winters. He gets that one over at short. The throw to Colopy is in time, and that'll be out number 3. A nice job by Winters to get that one off in time, and Calder was almost able to leg that one out. He had some wheels on him there, but that'll do it, folks, for the top of the 5th for the Cavs. 1 run comes across, which allows them to take a 1-run lead over your Bulldogs 4-3. After 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on. I gotta get my book here up to date and set. All right, folks, well, let's do another this day in baseball history, yeah? Let's see. Oh, this is an interesting one. We'll do a fun one. Oh. Hold on, let me find a good one. Gotta find a good one, right?
Well, yeah, you gotta make it interesting.
I mean, we gotta make it interesting. Check this out. All right, so we'll do this day in 1951. Mickey Mantle, batting third, grounds out to second base in his first ever major league at bat. He was 19 years old, a right fielder. He'll hit a 6th inning run scoring single. He went 1 for 4 on his very first professional MLB game in the Yankees opening day 5-0 victory over Boston in the Bronx.
Up to bat, number 13,
So,
Patrick Colopy.
back to our baseball, though, as here comes number 13, first baseman Patrick Colopy up to the plate. He's set to lead off here for the Bulldogs. As here's the pitch from Jackson. Swing, gets a piece of that one. It's going to go down the third baseline foul. That'll be strike 1 for Colopy. Brody Miller will be on deck. He's batting second with John Estrada batting third. Starkey will be set to bat 4th if he's able to get to it. As somebody had to run all the way to the fence to get that one.
It's Jonathan Easton.
Is that Easton?
He's getting his steps in
Putting
for the
some
day.
work in. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A nice breaking ball right over home plate. Gets called for strike 2. Count goes 0-2. Jackson so far looking pretty comfy coming in the 4th inning, excuse me. As here's the 0-2 pitch from Jackson. It's going to be an outside fastball. It'll be called for ball 1. Count goes 1-2. Mccullough so far 1 for 2 on the afternoon with a single in the first and a strikeout in the second. His first time facing off against Jackson is here's the 1-2 pitch. Another chopper goes foul. Count's going to stay 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Bottom of the 5th. Bulldogs trailing the Cavs 4-3. As Jackson gets set, Colopy's ready. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And Colopy wanted to swing at that one and laid off. That'll be called, though, for a strikeout, as they're going to say he went across. So out number 1, as here comes Brody Miller.
Up to bat, number 15, Brody Miller.
Number 15, Brody Miller, right fielder. 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far. Had a pop out towards second, and then a strikeout swinging in the third. Looking to face off against Jackson, as here's the pitch. It's be an outside fastball, gets called for ball 1. Count goes 1-0. As that one's going to catch the zone there. That'll be called for strike 1. Count goes even now, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Jackson. A swing, and then looks like he got a piece of that one. That will be strike 2, though, for Miller, as he gets down to the count 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Miller's up at the plate. Luke Jackson's on the mound for the Cavs, and here's the pitch. It's going to be a high fastball. That'll be ball 2 for Miller. Count goes even now, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Miller. A breaking ball. Doesn't break enough, though, as that'll be called for ball 3. Count goes 3-2. So nice job by Miller, falling behind in the count and working his way full. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes, and here's the pitch from Jackson. A swing and a miss by Miller. That'll be the second strikeout this inning here for the Bulldogs, as that'll be out number 2, and here comes John Estrada. Estrada 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Excuse me, 0 for 1. I take that back. He was walked in the first, struck out looking back in the third.
Number 11, John Estrada.
As Coach DeGelia tells our head up something, and I didn't get a chance to quite hear it. But John Estrada looking to turn his luck here and hopefully get a base hit with 2 outs. Get that 2-out rally going for the Bulldogs. As here's the first pitch. It's going to be low and in the dirt. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Jackson. Inside fastball that time. He's called for ball 2. Count goes 2-0. And Estrada's been having some really good at-bats, though. And really able to work some pitches out. As he shows bunt, that's going to be a high bunt that looked like he would have hit it at full swing, as it went way over us here. That'll be strike 1. Interesting. Don't get to see Estrada bunt often.
Not really. His bat's been too hot.
Yeah, there's no reason to let him bunt, but 2 balls, 1 strike, and here's the pitch from Jackson. Estrada gets a piece of that one, goes right behind him. That'll be strike 2. Count goes even now, 2-2. Travis Starkey, as you can see him running out to grab that one. I guess you barely see him. But he will be on deck, batting if Estrada can make his way on to base. As here's the 2-2 pitch from Jackson. A swing and a bouncer between third and short. That's going to be a base hit for Estrada. It goes all the way to left field. As Calder's going to have to pick that one up and throw it into Kent. But that'll be a 2-out single for Estrada. As here comes Travis Starkey.
Travis Starkey.
He's 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Hit that 2 RBI single in the first, which Miss Laura Starkey here jumped up and almost fell out of her chair.
Proud sister.
Proud sister, but he struck out swinging back in the third. So batting 500, she kept her seat that time, folks.
Yeah, don't worry.
Here's the first pitch to Starkey. It's going to be an outside fastball. It'll hit the zone, though. That'll be strike 1 for Starkey. He falls behind early, 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, and 1 runner on as Estrada's over at first. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Jackson. Inside fastball this time. That'll be called for ball 1. Count goes even now, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Jackson gets set. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, nice breaking ball by Jackson. That was dirty. That'll hit the zone perfectly. That'll get called for strike 2. Count goes 1-2 for Starkey. And I would have laid off on that one too. That one looked really high, but it dropped about 1.5 feet. As Jackson gets set, here's the 1-2 pitch. A swing and a miss by Starkey. That's his second strikeout this afternoon. And that'll be out number 3. So Bulldogs able to get 1 hit, no errors, but leave 1 runner stranded. And the Cavs maintain their 1-run lead over your Bulldogs. We'll take a short break as the 6th inning is set to get underway. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball right here on Vype Live.
Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts. But did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at Vype, VYPE.com.
All right, folks, 6th inning set to get underway here shortly. And our broadcasts here for Vype Live are brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Gear up this spring at Academy Sports and Outdoors, our Vype Live spring sports sponsor. Big thank you to them. So Rodriguez will get the call for the mound to lead off to start out here in the 6th inning. Set to lead off for the Cavs is going to be right fielder number 21, O.J. Gonzalez. Caden Kent will be batting second with Dawson French batting third. John Ryden in the 9th spot will be batting 4th if the Cavs are able to get a base hit off for Rodriguez. Rodriguez so far not doing too shabby. He gave up 1 hit so far. But outside of that, some good positioning and able to get the ground outs that the BOWIE Bulldogs need to get out of innings. As here comes O.J. Gonzalez, who is 1 for 1 on the afternoon, an RBI single in the 2nd. And he was walked in the 4th. He is one of the 4 runs that have come across. He was the 1 run in the 4th that made it across at least. As we're going to get a quick exchange of baseballs there at home plate. As Rodriguez is going to get set. This will be Gonzalez's first time to face off against Rodriguez. As here's the pitch. A high fastball will get called for ball 1. Count goes 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. Rodriguez with the pitch. Another high fastball. That'll hit the zone this time though. That'll get called for strike 1. Count goes 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Rodriguez. It's an inside fastball this time. That'll be ball 2. Count goes 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Rodriguez with the pitch to Gonzalez. He takes a crack at that one. It's a liner down the first baseline. It is going to go foul. That'll be strike 2 for Gonzalez. Count goes even now, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Rodriguez gets the call. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Gonzalez. It's going to be a breaking ball inside. That'll be ball 3. Count goes full now, 3-2. And Gonzalez, this is his 2nd time at bat to work a full count. So good at bat for him. As here's the 3-2 pitch, a swing and a liner right past Rodriguez. That'll go all the way to center field, and it'll be a base hit for Gonzalez, his 2nd of the afternoon. And a leadoff single for the Cavs as they are back in business, which brings up Caden Kent. Kent so far is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. He got a strikeout looked in the 2nd and a pop out towards 3rd in the 4th. As Coach DeGelli is going to make his way out to have a chat with Rodriguez. And it looks like we are going to have a pitching change here. So Rodriguez is going to get 1 inning pitched. He'll give up 2 hits, no strikeouts,
In the pitch for the Bulldogs,
and
number 5, Ryan Corbett.
no walks. He He is responsible for the one run that's on base, so we'll see if he gets that one to him, which is going to bring up Ryan Corbett. And we usually see Callipy and Corbett kind of the tag team duo when for game 2s. Got to see Rodriguez for an inning though, but Corbett's going to come in here to face off against Caden Kent here in the 6th. As he gets warmed up. You know, and an interesting game today. You know, we were supposed to have it last night, but due to some unforeseen events with the weather, etc., it was rescheduled for today. But today is a big day for the Bulldogs, isn't it, Laura?
It is.
And why is that?
Tonight is prom, so all of the seniors have prom tonight. And then, because I want to say we were planning on having the game at 6 tonight. And then we were like, no, a lot of us have prom. We have dinner reservations at that time. We can't come. So then I think they were thinking about maybe doing it this morning at 11. And then we came back and we're like, no, SAT, ACT are happening this morning. So 2 o'clock kind of happened. They were like, I hope you can make it if you're taking the SAT or ACT kind of thing. But it's a big day.
It's a big day for the Bulldogs, not only after this game, but yeah, with prom this evening. And you made a comment. You said the seniors are all going to prom, so I guess none of the junior guys are going, huh?
It is seniors. For BOWIE, it's always been a senior prom.
But what if a senior wants to take a junior?
I want to say if it's a BOWIE student, it's okay.
But from what you're saying, none of the juniors are going. So
I
think
don't
the juniors
know
on the
any juniors that are
baseball team
going.
need to step it up a little bit.
Yeah, they need to pick up their game.
That's right. As
No,
here's
kidding.
Caden Kent up to the plate. He shows bunt. A throw over to first by Starkey is not going to be in time as he almost caught Gonzalez trying to get a big lead. That will be ball 1 for Kent. Count's going to go 1-0. Yeah, I mean, I went to prom my junior year. I don't see how, I was asked. I don't understand that. But that was back in the day, though.
Yeah, our school's just so big. I don't know. It's always just been a senior prom. But usually, if you want to bring a guest that goes to a different school,
Wow.
you're more than welcome to. But with COVID and everything, you're not allowed to.
Yep, lots of fun restrictions as it's a bunt by Kent. Corbett's going to leg that one out. And they're going to say that went foul. So we'll get reset and do it again. As that was dangerously close to some interference by Kent. Dangerously close. Lucky it went foul. We're going to set up and do it again as it's 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs, and 1 runner on. As Gonzalez will have to come on his way back to first. So Kent, the first batter that Corbett gets to go up against here this afternoon. As here's the 1-1 pitch from Corbett. Nope, he's going to throw over to first. Gonzalez makes it back in time. As Kent gets set. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Here's the pitch from Corbett. The runner takes off towards second. A hit. It's going to go to Winters. He gloves that one to throw to first. He'll get the force out. Oh, I thought that was an out. I guess it hit the ground and I missed that one.
Yeah, it did. It bounced.
Okay, so that one bounced. So Kent is able to leg that one out a single. Gonzalez will advance over to second. I could have swore that was just a pop-up towards Winters.
Up to bat, number 7, Austin Reed.
So we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Dawson French. It's going to be number 7, Austin Reed, for the Cavs. As they've had 2 runners on and no outs. Again, showing bunt. The throw to second from Starkey is a nice throw. Not in time, though. That'll be strike 1 for Reed. Count goes 0-1. So good throw by Winters, though, over to Callipy. Just couldn't quite beat out Kent, who put the Jets on and was able to beat out the throw. As it's no balls, 1 strike, no outs, 2 runners on for Corbett. Again, another bunt shown by Reed. He's able to pull back in time. That'll be ball 1. Count goes even now, 1-1. As a quick time is called. Reed didn't quite understand the call there from the Lake Travis coaches. Say it. If I missed something, tell me.
No, you had it in there. That's why I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Here's the pitch. Reed again showing bunt. That'll not pull back in time, so that'll be strike 2 for Reed. Count goes 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Austin Reed on the mound, on the plate, excuse me, for the Cavs. No outs, 2 runners on. Corbett looking to get out of this little traffic jam he's in right now. As here's the 1-2 pitch, an outside fastball. Reed doesn't reach. That'll be ball 2. Count goes even now, 2-2. Kind of burning a pitch there. Was Corbett. As Reed gets set. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Reed. Fastball right down the middle. Catches Reed looking. That'll be out number 1, which is going to bring up number 8 catcher John Ryden, who hit an RBI single in the 4th and had a liner out towards Winters over in the 2nd. He's got 2 runners on, though. We'll see if he decides to bunt on this one. The top of the order is going to be due up after Ryden. It'll be Dylan Slaughterback, who is on deck. So we'll see what happens as Corbett gets set. Quick check over to Gonzalez at 2nd. Here's the pitch. A swing and a bouncer towards Winters, another one. Winters gloves that one to throw to first while moving is in time.
Nice play.
And a quick throw over to 3rd as Gonzalez had rounded 3rd and was thinking about it. But that's going to be a nice 6-3 for out number 2,
Number 14.
which is going to bring up Dylan Slaughterback. So far, he's 1 for 3 on the afternoon. He struck out swinging in the 1st. He flew out towards center in the 3rd, hit a single in the 5th. His first time going up against Corbett, though. With 2 runners in scoring position and 2 outs, Slaughterback, top of the order for the Cavs. As here's the pitch to him. An inside curve gets called for ball 1. Count goes 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Corbett. It's a fastball in the dirt, hits in front of home plate. Starkey keeps it in front of him. That'll be ball 2. Count goes 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Corbett with the pitch. A swing and a bouncer foul. That'll be strike 1 for Slaughterback. Count goes 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Corbett. A swing and a bouncer towards Winters. He gloves that one. A quick throw to first is in time. And another 6-3 this time, though, for out number 3. That'll end the Cavs' top of the 6th. They're going to come away with 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on, but no runs come across, which is the most important out of everything. Which means Rodriguez will make it out with no runs allowed and no errors. But bottom of the 6th, Bulldogs looking to hopefully get a couple runs in, take a lead, and maybe get to take off the bottom of the 7th and not do too much. But we'll see what happens. Let's go ahead and take a short break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball right here on Vype Live.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
All right, folks, welcome back. Bottom of the 6th, set to be underway here for your BOWIE Bulldogs. AJ Revelo here, Laura Starkey here. We are live from the Tony Berger Sports Complex to bring you this afternoon's Game 2 matchup between the Cavaliers and your Bulldogs.
Up to bat for the Bulldogs.
And it's
Number
still
1,
an odd
Ben Merriman.
April chilly day. Like, You know, it's been pretty warm, and I felt it get chilly last night as I was doing some work outside in the yard, and I was like, man, this is going to be interesting tomorrow if it stays like this. But here comes number 1, Ben Merriman, set to lead off for your Bulldogs. Jackson's still on the mound. That's going to be in the dirt, way, way far outside. That'll be ball 1 for Merriman. Danny Rodriguez would be next. Looks like it's going to be. See if I can get a number. It's going to be Corbett. So Corbett's going to take the Rodriguez spot here to bat. As Jackson with that one gets hit the zone. It'll be strike 1. Count goes even now, 1-1. So Ryan Corbett's going to be on deck, followed by Sean McCullough, who will be batting third. As here's the pitch to Merriman. Breaking ball in the dirt. That'll be ball 2. Count goes 2-1. As I got to stand up because I am freezing. As here's the 2-1 pitch from Jackson. Big swing by Merriman. That'll be strike 2. As he cannot make contact. That'll bring the count even now, 2-2 with no outs here. Bottom of the 6th. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Here's the pitch from Jackson. Merriman gets a piece of that one. It's going to be a bounce down the third baseline. It is going to go foul. The count's going to stay even at 2-2. Merriman makes his way back up to the plate. Jackson gets set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's going to be a high inside fastball. That'll be ball 3. Count goes full now, 3-2. And Merriman able to work some pitches off of Jackson here. And Jackson looking really good on the mound, though, for the Cavs. So this is not an easy at-bat as Ben Merriman gets set. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Here's the pitch from Jackson, a swing and a miss. And they're going to say that Merriman got a piece of that one, so that's going to go foul. As the Cavs will win the dash for the foul ball.
Wasn't that much of a competition. It's kind of disappointing, not going to lie.
Yeah, Corbett gave up pretty early, so we'll have to have a talk with him on that one.
Ugh.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Jackson with the 3-2 pitch to Merriman. That's going to be outside in the dirt. That'll be ball 4, and Merriman will, with the leadoff walk, will make his way over to first, which is going to bring up pitcher Ryan Corbett with 1 runner on and no outs here, bottom of the 6th.
Number 5, Ryan Corbett.
Ooh, I'm cold.
He's bouncing around over here trying to get warm.
I am. I'm over here trying to block the wind, too, as Corbett makes his way up. Merriman's over at first. Jackson getting set. Here's the first pitch to Corbett, who shows bunt immediately, pulls back in time. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-0. I lost my pen, my pencil. Oh, here it is.
Right in front of you.
Right in front of me. I'm an old man. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. Corbett showing bunt again, gets a piece of it, but it's going to go foul. That'll be strike 1 for Corbett. Count goes even now, 1-1. So Merriman will have to come and make his way back over to first. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Corbett gets set. As he shows bunt again, there's a pitch, another high one. That's going to be ball 2 as he pulls back in time. Count goes 2-1. And the thought process on this, folks, is that either Corbett isn't going to pull back in time, it'll be called a strike, or Merriman will take off and they'll be able to throw him down as Corbett shows bunt again, gets a piece of it that time. Merriman's going to hit second. The sacrifice bunt works to perfection as Merriman moves over in scoring position. So tying run now in scoring position as the go-ahead run makes his way up in second baseman, number 18, Sean McCullough, who so far is 1 for 1 this afternoon. He hit a single back in the second, and then, of course, was walked in the 4th. So Merriman, though, in scoring position over at second base. His first time to face off against Jackson is here's the pitch. That one's going to be low and outside. That'll be ball 1. As catcher John Ryden did a good job of bringing that one into the zone, but couldn't quite get the call out of the umpire. As it's 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, 1 runner on. And here's the pitch to McCullough. That's going to be low and in the dirt behind home plate. That'll be ball 2. Count goes 2-0. So nice at bat so far for McCullough as he gets back inside. Ben Merriman's over at second. 2 balls, no strikes, and 1 out. Jackson, quick check at Merriman. Here's the pitch. A swing and a bouncer towards third. It's going to go right past the glove of the third baseman. And Merriman is going to go ahead and round third. He's going to come in to score as Mccullough goes to second. And the Bulldogs tie it up at 4. And that's going to be an E5 there, though. So another error. And now top of the order comes up, folks, as here comes Stanio Bright.
Stanio Bright.
Bright so far is 1 for 3 on the afternoon, as he had a single in the second and a couple groundouts. And McCullough's in scoring position as the Cavalier coaching staff is making their way up to the mound. We'll see what they decide to do here. We are knotted up at 4 here in the sixth, bottom of the sixth, folks, and a nice job by Merriman. Is I know you can't see it, folks, in third base, but Coach Tagelia gets very animated when he sees
He's using his whole body to go, 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 go.
You know, you almost think that maybe he's not using his arm to signal go. He's like doing cartwheels instead, telling him keep it going. But McCullough's over at second. Here comes Stanio Bright. No RBI this afternoon for Bright yet, and he is an RBI machine. So with a runner in scoring position and 1 out, I think he's going to try to drive in that go-ahead run. So we'll see what happens here as Bright makes his way up to the plate. Jackson, quick check at McCullough. Here's the pitch. A nice pitch there as Bright takes a big swing and can't make contact. That'll be strike 1. Count goes 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bright getting set. Here's the pitch from Jackson. Another swing and a miss by Bright. That one gets away from Ryden, but McCullough's going to stay true. That'll be strike 2 for Bright as the count goes 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Stanio Bright falling behind early in the count, 0-2. Sean McCullough's at second. Jackson, quick check over at second, and here's the 0-2 pitch. It's going to be a high outside fastball. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-2. Jackson gets the call. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Bright. That one's going to be a high breaking ball. Really high, like helmet level there. For
I don't think it broke.
I was about to say, yeah, it may not have broken as much as it was intended to. But Bright working his way back in the count. We're even now at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 runner on. Jackson, here's the 2-2 pitch. It's going to be an outside fastball. That'll be ball 3. Count goes full now, 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Jackson gets set. And here's the pitch to Bright. Bright gets a piece of that one. It's going to be a bouncer towards short. Kent's got it. The throw to first is in time. I thought that Bright might have legged that one out.
I thought he was safe.
That's going to be a 6-3 for out number 2.
Hey, he did his job, though. Advanced the runner. Now we got a runner on third in scoring position.
And that is true. McCullough is going to advance over to third as here comes Mason Winters, who is so far 0 for 1, excuse me. He was walked as he was pegged in the first. He had an error that he reached on the second, but he had a strikeout in the fourth as here's his first pitch. He gets a big piece of that one. It's a liner towards the Lake Travis dugout down the first baseline, as that'll be strike 1 for Winters. Jackson doesn't like the ball. He wants it exchanged out. Our umpire will happily oblige. As Winters gets set up. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Sean McCullough's over at third. Jackson gets set. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a high fastball to Winters. He lays off. That'll be ball 1. Count goes even now, 1-1. Jackson gets the call. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch to Winters. As Winters crosses the plane on that one. That'll be strike 2. And with a runner in scoring position, if you're Winters, you want to bring that home, especially the go-ahead run over at third. As Winters gets set, Jackson gets the call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Winters gets a piece of that one. It's going to go foul. He'll stay alive. Count's going to stay 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th currently underway, folks. We are knotted up at 4. Mason Winters up at the plate as he awaits the pitch from Luke Jackson. Swings and again gets a piece of that one as our parents behind us. I love watching the parents. They all
got excited.
Well, it's a collective like, whoa, and everybody backs up as it's coming at them. You know, again, and we talked about this before, it's not a net here at the baseball stadium. It's a metal net.
Fence.
Yeah, it's like a fence. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Winters at the plate. Here's the pitch from Jackson. As Winters swings and gets a piece of that one, it goes foul. Count's going to stay 1-2, and a nice at-bat for Winters. It'll be a great at-bat if he can get a hit or make his way on base. Patrick Colopy is on deck. He'll be up to bat next if Winters can make his way on. As it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs with 1 runner on. Jackson set. Here's the pitch. Winters a liner back up toward the mound. And here he comes across as Mccullough. And the go-ahead run scores, and your Bulldogs take a 5-4 lead over the Lake Travis Cavaliers as Mccullough makes his way. High fives all around as we got a few BOWIE fans around us here, as that's going to be an RBI single for Winters.
Number 13, Patrick Colopy.
Which brings up first baseman now, Patrick Colopy. He's got 1 runner on, 2 outs. Colopy so far is 1 for 3 on the afternoon. He had a single in the first, and he struck out his next 2 times at bat. As Jackson gets set, here's the pitch, a swing and a miss by Colopy will be strike 1. Count goes 0-1. So Winters is over at first, and Jackson will have to keep an eye on Winters as he takes a quick peek over, known to take off towards second. Here's the pitch. Inside fastball, then a nice pop-up by Ryden there. The catcher for Lake Travis, as it looked like Winters was going to take off.
I thought he was going to gun that ball down to first.
I thought he was too. As Jackson gets set, here's the 1-1 pitch. A beautiful breaking ball by Jackson.
Wow.
Right over the zone, right in the middle. That'll be strike 2. Count goes 1-2 for Colopy. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Patrick Colopy's up at the plate. Winters, Mason Winters is over at first. Here's the pitch. Fastball right outside the zone. It's going to hit it though. That'll be strike 3, and Colopy will go down looking for out number 3. So a busy inning for your Bulldogs after 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left stranding. But 2 runs come across, and the Bulldogs take a 5-4 lead over the Cavaliers. So top of the 7th about to be underway. The Cavs got to bring at least 1 run across to tie it to force the bottom of the 7th underway. If the Bulldogs can come out without giving up any runs, that'll be game over. So Corbett's going to get the call. He'll be on the mound. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back, folks, for the 7th inning. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball right here on Vype Live.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com. Hey, buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to Vype, VYPE.com, and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
15, Cole Johnson.
As you heard the announcer say, up to bats number 15, Cole Johnson. That was a ball hit to the second baseman for the first out of the inning. On the mound right now is number 5, Ryan Corbett. The pitch caught the inside corner. It's gonna be a ball. One ball, one strike, one out here in the top of the 7th inning. The pitch downstairs, ball 2.
No?
You turned your mic on. I thought you were about to talk. I wasn't going to interrupt you.
Sorry, folks. I had to run and take care of some things real quick. But 3 balls, 1 strike here for Corbett against, looks like, Johnson. As he will get walked on over to first with 1 out. Here at the top of the 7th, and quick time is going to be called.
Up to bat is number 19, Kyle Ryden.
I think we're going to have a courtesy runner is what was being signaled over at first. That should be Preston Marshall, as he's been the courtesy runner for Johnson this afternoon so far. But here comes Kyle Ryden. He is 2 for 3 on the afternoon with a single and then an RBI double. First pitch comes right over the middle by Corbett. That'll be strike 1. Count goes 0-1. See, it's easy. It's easy, Laura. So you could do this.
I've called games before.
There you go. Quick throw over to first, not in time. And that's not going to be Marshall. You'll have to give me a number over there as soon as you can. As Corbett gets set. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Ryden. It's going to be a little bit outside for ball 1. Count goes even now, 1-1. I think that's going to be number 9, Cole Carroll, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. But I can't tell. It's either a 9 or a 6.
Well, they don't have a 6, so it's got to be a 9. And that throw is going to be a little bit wild. And the runner will advance. And that is the tying run in Cole Carroll. That's over at second. This is one of those where maybe you got to tell Corbett, hey, don't worry about the runners now.
Yeah, come on.
Get the batters out. It's 1 out. Top of the 7th, an important top of the 7th here. As Corbett is facing off against a very good hitter, the DH, Kyle Ryden. Here's the pitch, a swing and a bouncer off the metal net there. That'll go foul. That'll be strike 2. Count goes 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 runner in scoring position. The tying run, and Cole Carroll's over at second. Here's the pitch from Corbett. Swinging another chopper foul. Count will stay 1-2. And Corbett usually comes in and pitches a couple innings, maybe 1 or 2, but he's usually the big closer here for your Bulldogs. As again, he's getting set to go up against Ryden. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. As that one can't quite get the zone. It's a little bit inside. That'll be ball 2. Count goes full 3-2. Excuse me, 2-2. Count goes even 2-2, not full. Blah.
Words are hard. They're hard.
As Ryder's going to step out of the box and readjust his gloves. He gets set. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Carroll's over at second. Here's the pitch from Corbett. An outside fastball. That'll be ball 3. Count goes full now, 3-2. And you got to wonder if maybe you want to walk Ryder as he calls a quick time and steps out. As you've got Ethan Calder coming up next so far. We'll see if they have a pinch runner, or a pinch hitter, which it looks like they won't. But he's so far 0 for 2 on the afternoon. But he is on deck. But we'll see what Ryder has to do. As here's the full count pitch. A slider inside. That'll be ball 4.
Now, one thing that you do have with that runner going to first is you have a double play opportunity.
You do. So if they can get a grounder towards Winters or towards Estrada, which we've seen the majority of our double plays come from, it's another day in practice for the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
You know, throw to second, throw to first, and we're done. But here comes Ethan Calder again. So far, he's 0 for 2 on the afternoon. He flew out towards left field, and then a grounder towards Winters. As that fastball is going to be a little bit too low, that'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch. As that fastball is going to hit the zone, that'll be strike 1. Count goes even now, 1-1. You know, Cole Gibson goes down as out number 1. Maybe I should just leave again and let you call the games and see if that's the ticket. As here's the 1-1 pitch. It's going to be a fastball. Will get caught as the runner takes off towards third. He will be called for out number 2 as Carroll was on the steal.
Good throw. Nice awareness by Travis Starkey back behind the plate.
That was. Starkey saw it the whole way. As soon as he got it, did the quick throwdown. So 1 runner on with Raider at first, 1 out away from winning this one, and 1 strike away from getting that out. As Ethan Calder is going to get reset, and the weight of the world just got dumped on his shoulders. As it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Corbett gets the call, folks. Here is the 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss by Calder, and your Bulldogs come away with a 5-4 win over the Lake Travis Cavaliers. They're going to split the series, which means if both of these teams can win out, that will force a playoff game, which will be determined at a later date.
BOWIE win 5, Lake Travis 4.
And we're gonna let that one go, Rad. 5-4. So let's see here. It looks like the Cavs, they're going to have the, well, shoot, I'm trying to get the schedule for you folks up here. Let me see here. Lake Travis baseball. Let me find out who their next opponents are here, folks. I apologize. I usually have this up and ready to go, but today I don't. So, the Cavs, hey. There it is, as we're getting a bunch of high fives. Okay, folks, so it looks like the Cavs are going to have Aikens next week, right? And the week after, their final week, it's Westlake. All right, so BOWIE, we are going to have the Rattlers next week and Hayes the week after. Now, San Marcos is a young, under-the-radar team, which I've talked to Coach Agelia about, and that is not someone that we're going to overlook. Hayes is going to be much of the same, as they've got a very good team. They actually swept Austin High this week, and they beat them pretty handily last night when they got to play here at Burger. So Laura Starkey has to head out as she's got some things to go on, folks, but that is going to do it for us here at Burger Stadium. The Bulldogs come away with a very nice and a very much needed win. 4-3 win, right? 5-4. Sorry, they cut the scoreboard on me here. So it's a 5-4 win over the Cavs. So I have a feeling that as long as we can win out, we'll become Westlake fans here the last week. And we'll see how that goes. So folks, pay attention. We'll let you know when everything's going to happen, and we'll hopefully keep you up to date. Again, if you're not on social media, just keep track with your players and when we're going to have our games. But so far, Game 1 against San Marcos is going to be here at Burger on Tuesday at 7:30, with Game 2 in San Marcos, 7 o'clock on Friday. So be sure to tune in. I'll be there. Laura Starkey should be there. But that'll do it, folks, for me, for here at Burger. As I'm going to turn this over if I can really quick for those who are still tuning. Look at that. As your Bulldogs are hyped up after that win over the Cavaliers. So we appreciate everybody who tuned in this afternoon. We hope you enjoyed it. Our final here at Burger, your Bulldogs 5, the Cavs 4. Until next time, folks, AJ Arevalo, I'll catch you next time.